So I was trying to do the maths on this X-Plane price increase. Let's see, it's going up by basically $20. It's $59.99 now. It's going to $79.99. So it's a $20 increase. Is that like a 25% increase somewhere around there? Maybe. I don't know. I can't do the
Don't
maths.
ask me.
I didn't do good in school. But that's big. It's huge news that X-Plane is increasing its price after being pretty much $60 for how many years now?
I
X-Plane
mean,
11
11
was
was the
that,
same price. 10 was
yep,
the same price. Yeah.
and 12 was the same price on release. And finally, after a few years, they're adding $20 to the price of it, and you have to ask yourself initially, like, what? Are they crazy? Microsoft is out there. Everybody loves Microsoft. A lot of people love Microsoft. Are they trying to lose business? But then you got to step back and go, one, things just cost more these days. That's
Sure.
it. And for a product that has 3 releases with no price increase, I see where they're coming from as far as if we want the development to continue, the cost of living goes up for developers, for owners, for business people. And so they're going to pass it on. But then you have to ask yourself a question. Is it worth the $20 increase, considering that there is Microsoft Flight Sim out there? Without Microsoft Flight Sim in the picture, this wouldn't even, I think, would be a question. Yes, it would be a question, but it's a bigger question now because there is a Microsoft Flight Simulator. However, what they've done, they on their website, they have a roadmap of the things that they're going to be bringing to the sim pretty soon. And people have asked me about this price increase and what I think. And my opinion is this: if whatever they listed on the roadmap is going to come to fruition and they're going to do these things, yes, it's worth it. And if they execute them properly, yes. If they don't execute these things, we're going to look back and go, man, that was a waste of $20 for people who are buying the sim new. You understand?
Well, here's
If
the
you
thing
already own
about the
this,
price is like, yeah, like you're about to say, like if you already own a sim, this means nothing to us. Like,
exactly.
we've had the sim since day one. We bought it during the pre-order stage. We spent the $60 or whatever it was, and
Yep.
so I think what is good is that they're not charging us for an update. That's what I feel like most companies would do. They're like, hey, we need more money to continue developing this project. So instead of like, we're gonna go X-Plane 12.5, you got to pay extra $30 or buy the whole thing again.
But yeah,
That will piss
we're,
people off.
yeah,
Now, so what's happening now is like, all right, so if you already have X-Plane, which I don't know, I know X-Plane has like this whole market thing that's going on, but I personally feel like anyone who has X-Plane 12 already has X-Plane 12, right? Like very few people. I think most people who are like kind of like I talked to a few people who are like, I've been on the fence about it. I've been on Microsoft Flight Sim. I didn't never really bought it, and so those people are probably going to buy it now just to opt into the lower price and then just be around for the new stuff when it comes out. But I don't know. I don't know what X Plane sales look like. Like how many people are discovering X Plane for the first time monthly?
look, anecdotal evidence is that in my chat, I've seen people every now and again go, oh, I just picked up X-Plane and wow, I'm glad I did. And you would believe, like, you're picking up X-Plane and you already have Microsoft? Like, what gives? What are you missing? What are you looking at while you're going to X-Plane, which is considered the inferior looking sim? And I think I know what it is. It still comes down to flight physics. Believe you me, even to this day, I've just flew X-Plane last night and I had Microsoft on Wednesday, and back to back, X-Plane still outperforms Microsoft in the flight physics category. I don't care what anybody says. Now, 2024 is going to be a different deal. You know what I mean? They're going to
We
work on that.
think.
We
We
think, well,
think.
yeah, we're hoping. You understand? So, but before we even get into it, let me just run through some of the things that's on the roadmap and for people who are going to have to pay this price increase. I'm not sure exactly when the increase is going up. Here's what you're going to be getting for your money with the going forward if you purchase X-Plane after October 31st. It says coming soon is going to be version 12.0.8. I think they're redoing the version schemes. That's either
Yeah.
here nor there for me.
Yeah. Same.
Whatever they're going to be doing. But for you guys who have full sims at home and have full cockpit makeup, one of the big things for you guys, they're going to have projector warping and blending. If you don't know what that is, if you have 3 screens or 3 projectors in your full sim setup, you can now easily blend those 3 screens together. And for somebody who has tried 3 screens before, it was a pain in the you know what to do it. Now they're going to make that built into it, so that's good. They're also going to have engine model improvements. So X-Plane keep working on turboprop engines, reciprocating engines, and jets, even refining the data on that. And we
I'm
know how to
always
use
like,
that.
bro, like calm down, you won.
I
Like
know, right?
it's like
Stop that, right?
your
Wait,
physics are
wait.
already freaking amazing. Your
I
engine
know.
modeling and all that's good. And you just keep making it better. It's like they're like,
Let-
no, man, we're about to lap these lap. We're gonna lap the competition.
They're not resting, bro. They're gonna do the landing gear physics, which includes like wheel inertia, the weld modeling, the ABS. They're gonna revamp the anti-lock braking system. Like what?
I didn't know there was ABS. I learned
Yeah,
something new just by reading this
you know what I'm
post.
saying? But that's all behind the scenes number. They're doing the fuel model temperature again, but my thing is graphics, and I've always said graphics. You understand? Graphics quality is the big thing. And so they're redoing it where the VRAM is going to be better used for graphics. But what are we going to see? Real weather improvements. Basically, they said no more Minecraft cloud formation when real weather is enabled.
Oh
That's it.
my god, those
Right.
horrible castles in the sky.
Right,
Jesus
exactly. Minecraft
Christ.
clouds. Right, right. They're gonna revamp the cloud shadow on the waters, but better yet, they're gonna better bloom lighting effects. Bloom effects is so good that you don't even notice, but it's there when it's not there, you notice.
Hmm.
That's when you look at the sun and stuff like that. That God rays kind of effect. So the bloom effects lighting is gonna be better. Um, they're gonna do softer, less alias ground shadows. Not as sharp but softer. They're going to do the MSA improvements, which is basically making sure the resolution is photometrically correct, whatever that means. Improve CPU performance, a big one for me. The CPU performance for me is that X-Plane is not taking advantage of the CPU
Yeah.
properly. And when they do that, it's going to be good, right? More graphical things they're going to do. They're going to do depth of field effects for prettier pictures. I'm not sure what that means. They're going to do new particle
That's
effects.
gonna be nice. That
Exactly.
as a visual fan, depth of field in the X plane is gonna be a massive visual game changer than people think. That's
Yeah.
gonna be great.
Yeah. And then they're going to do new particle effects on this. So like the ground sprays from the wheels and the engines when the tarmac is wet. You know what I mean? They said sparks from engines and fuselage touching the ground at speeds. Oh, you mean that's if you crash? That's you know. They're doing the
Or if you tail strike as
L
well.
strike, right?
Yeah.
They're going to redo the lighting model where the light level tuning. They're going to recalibrate the sky exposure they're going to do clouds effect, haze, and sky stuff. They're going to do local rain and fog effects visibility. That's going to be a big one for me. And they're going to do foggy lights, which is you see in Microsoft right now. If you go through fog and the light is on, you can
Hmm.
see the beams. They're going
Yeah.
to do that. And then last but not least, in the eye candy, they're going to fix the dark cockpits, which is a huge one. Fix the dark cockpits so now developers don't have to play around with their airplane to make it look right in the current cockpit lighting scheme that X-Plane has. So
Yeah.
all that to say, for the $79 you're going to pay after the end of the month, if they do deliver on this stuff and it's done right, I think it's worth it. What do you think? Yeah. I see some hesitation on that. I see some
uh oh
hesitation.
man. $80 for a flight sim. I have to look at it this way. It, when X Plane 13 comes out, I know we're really early on this.
Right.
We have to assume that the next version of X Plane that we have to buy is going to be $80. Um,
Yeah.
would I pay that? Yeah, honestly, yeah. Would I pay that for today's current X Plane as an upgrade? No, but I mean, we're probably talking years until X Plane 13 comes out. So maybe I'm getting too far ahead of myself right now, but I guess let's rewind back. If I did not own X Plane 12 right now, to be honest, I will be buying X Plane 12 right now to get the $60 price. But
Look,
it'll be tough. It'll be tough because again, like you said, we can't deny that it's competing with Microsoft Flight Sim, right? Microsoft Flight Sim is the other competing flight simulator, and most people are gonna go to Microsoft because it's prettier and because it's cheaper. to get into, right? The
Well,
scenery is
well,
cheaper, the aircraft are cheaper, the
yes.
sim itself is cheaper. You can even get it on Game Pass on the Xbox for like no extra money if you already have a Game Pass account. And so $80 for a lot of people is going to be steep to get a flight sim. I think X Plane is making a statement by upping their price to 80 that they're like, listen, we're freaking X Plane. We don't care about Microsoft Flight Sim. We have a premium product. We have the superior flight sim. I feel like them raising the price is them actually saying we have the superior flight sim, and no matter what Microsoft is doing, what we have is worth way more than what you guys are giving us credit for. And
I-
also obviously they need money to help develop it too. Go ahead.
Is it a coincidence that it's actually the middle ground between the cheapest and the more expensive Microsoft? Because remember, it says Microsoft, you have the basic, the
Oh
middle,
yeah, I forgot
and
about that.
the premium.
I
The
did
premium is
pay
what, 100.
$120 for the
You paid
premium
$120
edition of
for
Microsoft Flight
premium.
Sim. I
Right.
forgot I paid all that
Okay.
money.
All right. So stick
Oh
that right there. So you
wow,
paid $120 for the premium. What did you get for the premium? A
I'm
few
full of it.
airports,
I'm full of it.
a few
I'm full
airports,
of it.
and
I've been
some freeware
exposed.
planes that were less than spectacular at the time. Now they've
Oh
gone and
man.
revamped those with the INI builds, A310. They still haven't done the A320, which INI builds is going to redo. They finally just did the 787-10 over with the system and also the 747, right? But you paid $120 for that. The airports
I
are
got a
like,
lot of
man.
airports for it. Got a lot of
Well,
airports.
so here it is. And we talk about it all the time. You compare X-Plane's default airport with Microsoft default airports. You know what I'm saying? So there's numbers game being played here.
Hmm,
Because at the high end, if you buy the $120 Microsoft versus that $80 X-Plane, yes, it's prettier, but what else? You see what I'm saying?
hmm.
So it's kind of like this stuff is not random, man. They knew what they were doing. They're
I'm gonna be
like, you know
honest.
what? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you got me
So
speechless, bro. I
yeah,
have nothing else to say.
yes,
You
you
have
do.
me speechless because I did
Say
not
it,
think of
say it.
it. I didn't. I
Yeah,
forgot I paid all that money for Microsoft Flight Sim.
yeah, we did. And we're gonna be paying that 120 again for 2024 when it drops.
Facts.
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 If that's a pricing scheme, we don't know. We're just
Oh, it's
assuming.
probably gonna be. I'm sure
I
it
mean,
worked last
yeah.
time.
Yeah, I shelled out my 120, bro, and I got that. You know what
Oh
I'm
yeah,
saying?
it
And then I
hurt.
was
I
like,
didn't want to. I did
yeah.
not like paying
And then
that
I'm like,
much.
okay. I got the 7.8 and the 7.4, and they were like, what? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They are improved now. I could say that definitely after 3 years.
Yeah, I will say I do now feel like I'm finally getting my money's worth out of Microsoft Flight Sim.
Yep. So,
Yeah.
but so nothing is clear black and white as like clear cut, winner and loser and everything like that. It's a ever ongoing thing. But you're right though. I love your take that X-Plane is like, forget y'all. We're X-Plane. We were worth $80. Take it or leave it. And some people might leave it. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah,
And some
yeah.
people might go, yeah, I'll drop the money if you don't already have it. That's
I
the
think
thing.
the thing too is that with the price increasing, they've already kind of carved out a niche for themselves within the flight sim community. There's a certain thing that X-Plane has to offer that people want. And the people who want that are gonna get X-Plane and they're gonna be
Yep.
satisfied with flying X-Plane. And the people who don't care about those things are not gonna go to X-Plane. Like if you see value in it, we know a lot of people who are very passionate about X-Plane and how good it is. And those people see the value and they appreciate it, right? And not everybody's going to see that. Not everyone's going to appreciate it. When we look at this update in the roadmap, I mean, yeah, there's some graphic improvements, which are pretty far down the roadmap. I don't see us seeing any of these changes anytime soon. Probably the next 6 to 8 months, most likely. But the biggest things that they're excited about is the stuff that we'll never see. You know,
Yeah.
the physics of a tire folding, whatnot on landing gear, the engine model improvements, like a lot of these, like these internal, these are simulator changes, right? These are not game changes. But the graphics are definitely going to make it kind of bring it all together and make you. I think that we're going to see a completely different X Plane 12 a year from now, and I think
Yeah, and from the average flight simmer like myself, yeah, and there's a sec there who want these changes. They want their thing to be as accurate as they can get on a desktop computer, bro. And for them, they're going to be excited about it. Again, the sim is used for more than just us. You know what I'm saying? That's the main point. It's used by other people in credited sims,
Yeah.
whatever that
Yeah, like
means.
for
I mean,
commercial use. Like I feel like the
right,
stuff that
exactly.
they're changing what's beautiful is I feel like X-Plane is focusing on creating a flight simulator to train real pilots, right? And to simulate real world stuff. And what's beautiful is that we just get to use it. Right? Like
Yep.
wouldn't all of us love to go to the Boeing facility and hop into their major flight sim and fly that? Right? All of us like, oh, that'd be so cool, right? Well, that's kind of what we're getting. X-Plane is kind of holding their sim to that level of standard. Like we want our sim to be the most realistic, the most physically accurate simulator out there. And guess what? It's for public use also. So it's
Yeah.
like, man, like you have that's why people who are like gung ho for X Plane have so much pride in X Plane because they know the technicalities that go through all of the systems and things like that. Like they know when they're flying that plane that there's so much going on in the background that makes flying that so much more real. And when it comes to the end user, when you land those planes, you get a greater sense of accomplishment. I'll be honest, when I land any plane in X Plane versus Microsoft Flight Sim, I feel like I actually landed a plane.
Yeah, it's true. I flew to Zebo last night and I was able to make tiny small changes between 50 feet and the ground to save a landing that was going to be a disaster. I can't do it in Microsoft. No, I'm seriously. Like you can fine tune everything, and if you practice enough, you'll be good at it. I just don't practice. I just jump on and fly, but
Facts.
that's part of the fun for me. But anyway, in the comments below, guys, let us hear what you think about price increase, yay or nay. Give us all your opinion. We appreciate it, man. Comments below what you guys think about this increase and if it's going to affect you or not, if you're going to get it or not, if you change your mind or not. Let us know.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely. Keep the discussion going. I'm interested to see what the rest of the community think about it and how we're gonna proceed. We
Yep.
shall see. But bro, you blew my freaking mind when you said you paid $120 for Microsoft Flight Sim. I was like, oh
You forgot.
man.